So are you about to PCS or move to Fort Bragg, North Carolina?
Green Berets out of Fort Bragg. Now what the hell were they doing here?
Well, today I can go over 5 cities that are near Fort Bragg that seems to be attracting all the buyers. So whether you're military or a civilian looking for great living options, today we're diving into 5 cities that are near the base that people are flocking to. And these could be some good options other than living on the base. We'll cover commute times, home prices, rental prices, what's new coming to the area, and definitely I'll provide some data for you that talks about the crime rates. So the first thing I talk about is going to be Fayetteville. And now Fayetteville kind of goes hand in hand with Fort Bragg. If you hear Fort Bragg, you hear Fayetteville. If you hear Fayetteville, you hear Fort Bragg. Fayetteville is definitely the heart of the military here in the area. With a population of just over 209,000 people, we are a pretty good sized city. So just to give you a little background on myself, I've lived for over 35 years in the Fayetteville surrounding areas, and I'm also a retired police officer with the Fayetteville Police Department. I think you'll find a lot of things about Fayetteville that you would like, from the historic area of Haymount to new construction areas that are being built here. I think there's something for everyone's budget. The downtown area is definitely growing. We've got a new minor league baseball team. They got a Crown Event Center they're building. I'll go into more of that a little later. And obviously the most important thing is your commute to the base from Fayetteville. So Fayetteville's a good medium-sized city. So you're looking at a commute of 10 to 20 minutes depending on where you live at. I've helped a lot of folks move to the area. They live right next to one of the gates, and they're at work in 5 to 7 minutes. And I've helped some people who are looking a little farther away from work, but still in the Fayetteville area, and it's about a good 15 to 20 minute drive. So like I said, one of the areas that everyone's loved checking out is the Haymount District. It's one of the historic parts of Fayetteville, with homes dating back as far as 1817. You'll see beautiful Queen Anne and colonial style homes, tree-lined streets, and local landmarks like Edgar Allan Poe House and the old Highsmith Hospital. So Haymount definitely gives you that classic Southern charm with a real sense of community.
Use your Southern charm.
Like I said earlier, some projects that are coming to the area are going to be the Crown Event Center. They're building it downtown at the time of this video. It's a project that is $145 million. It's going to be a state-of-the-art event venue building downtown. It's going to be 134,000 square feet, hold about 3,000 guests, and it's replacing the old Crown Arena and Theater. They're going to have concerts there, conventions, and definitely everything in between. And they're also going to add a $33 million parking deck right next to the event center. And another new project coming to the Fayetteville area is going to be on the north side of Fayetteville near MacArthur Road. It's going to be the Fort Bragg Complex Sports Center. It's a $15 million project. It includes baseball and softball fields, splash pads, and a playground, a joint effort between the city and Fort Bragg. This is definitely great news for families and sports lovers. And if you're looking for some new jobs, they are building a United States Postal Service facility that's going to have up to 170,000 square feet, along with 2 more logistics and manufacturing buildings, and the Sky 101 Industrial Building, which is a 21-acre site with 125,000 square feet Class A facility. All this is aimed at booming the local economy and getting some new jobs out there. So the average rental price in Fayetteville is about $1,427 on average, and you're probably looking to get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Of course, it's really going to vary from, like I said, what side of town you plan on living at or living in. And if you're looking at apartment complexes, that really varies a lot. Most of them, if you're looking at a 1-bedroom, I think apartment's probably about $1,000. 2-bedroom could go up to about $1,300 to $1,400, and it really is going to vary because depending on the amenities of each apartment complex, there's probably over 50 to 100 apartment complexes in the Fayetteville area. It would be impossible to go over each one of what they offer. Some offer pools, a wash and dryer center or laundromat on site. Some are gated, some are not gated. Some may have a in-ground pool, outdoor pool, a clubhouse. So you really have to shop around at each apartment complex to see what benefits you. So medium price home kind of fluctuates between about $240,000 to about $260,000, and with that you're looking at getting a 3 to maybe 4-bedroom, or you maybe a 3-bedroom and a bonus room in the Fayetteville area. And again, I keep saying it, but it really depends on where in Fayetteville you're looking at buying this house.
It's all about location, location, location.
you're probably looking between 1,500 to about 1,700 square feet. Older homes are going to offer more than the newer homes, of course. So let's address the big elephant in the room. We're going to talk about crime stats. Like I said earlier, I'm a retired Fayetteville police officer. I can only provide data to you as a real estate agent. You can definitely check out some of these websites yourself. One site I went to is called Neighborhood Scouts, and I'll put that in the screen in front of you, and it'll be in the notes below in the description. But crime stats here are, crime rates are 8.76 violent crimes for 1,000 residents. And you're looking at private crimes being 30.76 per 1,000 residents. So definitely the crime is high here. You probably looked that up already. It's not hard to figure out. Really don't have an answer for you. I know you're asking why is the crime high? I don't know. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. So the next area to talk about is going to be Hope Mills. Now, I live in Hope Mills. I love it out here. Me and my wife and son have lived out here for about over 9 years. But we're not far from Fayetteville. Actually, I can get to Fayetteville in about 5 minutes. Probably even less than that sometimes, depending on which way I go. You'll hear me say, and maybe you won't hear me say, but I think Fayetteville and Hope Mills are so close together. It's kind of like two sides of the same coin. They're just that close together. Definitely, I love Hope Mills. It's that suburban feel, but with a strong sense of community. And it's a little slower pace here at Hope Mills. I know I just said it's not far from Fayetteville. Fayetteville seems, not that it's a booming, busy city, but definitely I love living in Hope Mills. As soon as you cross over it, feels like a different area. One of the best things I love about Hope Mills is great for family life. We've got Hope Mills Lake, Hope Mills Rec Center, which has a nice walking, running track around. I think it's like 1.6 mile track. Good schools. And every time I turn around, they are developing something new here. They've got 2 new apartment complexes that I've seen lately that they're building up in the area. And new construction is going up everywhere. Hope Mills is definitely growing. Got a population just over 17,000 people. Another thing they just got done building is Heritage Park. They got done with phase 1 just now. They're about to start phase 2. And it's right across the street from Hope Mills Lake. And just a little bit more, to hit a little bit more on Hope Mills Lake, there's gazebo there. You can definitely rent out. And I know you can boat, kayak, and swim at Hope Mills Lake. And you commute to Fort Bragg from Hope Mills. It's probably about 20 to 25 minutes.
And my commute is very long.
295, the outer loop is being built and should be completed here soon. And that's going to make it even easier to get on Fort Bragg. If you're looking to rent a house here in Hope Mills, it's an average of $1,293 a month. The average price home here is $278,022. And with that, you're looking at about, again, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 1,500 to 1,700 square feet. Again, depending on where in Hope Mills and how new the house may be compared to an older home. Crime rates here are 4.17 violent crimes per 1,000 residents. Property crimes are 35.66 property crimes compared to 1,000 residents. So next up, we're talking about is going to be Raeford. Now, Raeford is in Hope County, so it's not Cumberland County like Hope Mills and Fayetteville is. Raeford's got a population of about 11,000 people, which there's the city limits of Raeford, which is a really small town, and then you've got the more of the rural area of Raeford. You hear Raeford a lot, but there's this town part, which probably I think is like 1 square mile. Really tiny, but when you hear Raeford, you're probably going to hear more of the rural areas. Your commute to Fort Bragg from Raeford is going to be 20 to 25 minutes. 295, it just got done being built there, so makes it a little easier than it was before. The average rent in Raeford is $1,375 for a house, and the average price house is $288,999. The crime rate in Raeford is a little less than the Fayetteville and Hope Mills. You're looking at 2.20 violent crimes per 1,000 residents. And for property crimes, it's 12.10 per 1,000 residents. Raeford is definitely a rural area. It's all about space, affordability, and a little bit of quiet area. So definitely that's what you're looking for. Raeford is going to be the place for you. Now, I say all that, but it is growing. Every time I turn around, they are building new construction homes out there. And here's a recent update where Hope County, Raeford, had to stop new builds in their area recently. They're considering anything neighborhood or subdivision of being 6 houses or more, they had to stop building for right now because of a water situation. They're running out of water to supply these homes. So at the time of this video, when you watch it, this may have been lifted, but for right now, it is still in effect, and I'll definitely keep you updated on that. If that's something you'd like to know more about, I'll try and keep you guys updated on that. And also, not along with the water issue, what I see happening is where, because Raeford's growing so quickly, the high school in Raeford is Hoke High. There's only one high school there, and they're actually expanding it also, but it's getting to where they have too many students. I think they almost have double the students. And then you're also looking at, the fire department, police department, sheriff's office. They have to fund all these, new areas that are coming here, and they don't have the resources right now or the employees to cover all these areas. In my opinion, they have not said that out loud, but I can only see that obviously when something grows, a town grows or a city grows, that you're going to need more resources, you're going to need more people, employees, which is a good thing in general if you're looking to get a job here in the area. But they're building more houses than they have resources for. Now, Raeford is a quiet little area. Like I said, there's not much out there, but they do have an indoor skydiving place called XP Indoor Skydiving. They also do outdoor skydiving too, so definitely check out those places. They also have a Carolina Horse Park. It's a massive horse park, 250 acres. And not that I'm into horses or even know anything about horses or even how to ride a horse. From what I understand, it is a big deal in the horse world. And they just built the James A. Leach Aquatic and Rec Center. You can do swimming there. They have a track upstairs, a rock walking running track, basketball courts, a playground outside. It's definitely a first of a kind for the county, which is fantastic. And it's great for getting out for family and fun night. Definitely, I think Raeford is a hidden gem. I love living in Hope Mills. So I like it because I'm more of a city kid. But Raeford, if you're looking for something rural, country life, definitely check it out. Lower taxes, bigger house sometimes, more acreage, if that's what you're looking for. Lower crime rate. And your commute to work is not too bad. At least in my opinion, it's not. So next city to talk about is going to be Sanford. Now, Sanford is probably about a good 40-minute drive from Fayetteville. And if you're commuting to Fort Bragg, it's probably about a good 30 to 35-minute drive. Sanford is also very close to Raleigh. You're probably about an hour drive from Raleigh. Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina. So you're in between, which is great if you're not actually looking to live or work at Fort Bragg or that area, but you'll work in Raleigh. You're not too far away. Really depends on you. The commute is about an hour drive. So homes in Raleigh are a little more expensive. They're probably double the price in Fayetteville. You're probably looking for around $450,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the Raleigh area. So Sanford has a population of over 21,000, and Sanford's in Lee County. So the town of Sanford or city of Sanford has a 21,000, but it's kind of like Raeford, where it spreads out to where some of Sanford is in a rural area. There's some parts of Sanford that are far away from Sanford. Rural area, you got Carolina Lakes, you got Carolina Trace. These are in Sanford, two gated communities that I've sold a few homes in, but they're not in the city limits of Sanford. So a little history on Sanford. It's known as the brick capital of the U.S. Sanford's history runs deep from the Revolutionary and Civil War roots to its railroad and coal mining past. It's definitely got a good mixture of old charm and modern opportunity. It still houses major companies like the General Shale and Lee Brick and Tile today. A lot of good job opportunities in Sanford. They've got the biotech. They've got, obviously, brick, what I just mentioned. They have the Caterpillar. They have the 3M and even Pfizer that keeps the job market moving. So if you're looking at getting a job in Sanford, there's some great job opportunities there. The average rent in Sanford is a little cheaper than the Fayetteville and other areas I just mentioned. You're looking at about $1,056 a month for rental. But the home prices are a little higher. They're ranging about $324,999. So higher than Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and Raeford area. So just keep that in mind. Crime rates, you're looking at 2.03 violent crimes per 1,000 residents, and for property crimes, you're looking at 20.02 per 1,000 residents. Even though Sanford is a little city, it is definitely growing. Building a new subdivision called Campbell Creek Subdivision Phase 2, which is adding 29 new homes. They got Tramway Townhomes, which is bringing 144 new units to the area, and the Tramway Elementary School. If you're looking for some outdoor activity, there's Trinity Soccer Academy. There's also the Sanford Agricultural Marketplace, which is breaking ground soon. They've also got some great restaurants. I'm probably going to butcher these names here, but one of them is Fonde Lupta, I think it's pronounced. Sorry if I mispronounced the name of the business. They got the Boo and Brew Ghost Tour. They also have the Southern Side by Side at Deep River Clays. So far, the farthest commute to Fort Bragg, if you're looking to commute, like I said, maybe 35 minutes. So far, it's really going to depend on you. So next time I talk about is going to be Southern Pines. Now, Southern Pines is very unique. It's in Moore County. You're looking at a population of just 16,000 people. And it's definitely the golf, I don't golf, but I guess it's the golf capital king of North Carolina. You commute to Fort Bragg from Southern Pines is probably 30 to 35 minutes, so not too bad, about the same as Sanford. The average rent here is $1,339 for a home, and the average house price here is $549,000. So definitely double what Raeford, not Raeford, well, double than Raeford, double than all the other areas I just covered. And some other great areas around Southern Pines are going to be Aberdeen, Whispering Pines, and Pinehurst. They are within 5 to 10 minutes of each other. Sometimes living in Aberdeen can be cheaper than living in Southern Pines house-wise. So if you're working in Southern Pines or you commute to Southern Pines a lot from Aberdeen, it's not too bad. Or if you want to commute to the Fort Bragg area, Aberdeen is a good little alternative than Southern Pines. Southern Pines is definitely growing. They are actually building Morganton Park South right now as we speak. And coming there is going to be a big shopping retail area. They're going to have Target, Dick's Sporting Goods, Home Goods Store, Galaxy Golf, and Five Below. And some restaurants that are coming there also are the Habit Burger and the Chicken Chick Salad. And they also just opened up a BJ's Wholesale.
Bigger and bigger, huh?
And right next to the wholesale store is a 269 apartment complex and a future coffee shop that's in the phase right next to the BJ's Wholesale. But it's not all about shopping here in Southern Pines. And definitely check out these other areas like the Cork Bar, a cozy little speakeasy spot downtown. You got Store Walk at Whitehall. You've also got some great trails to check out like Reservoir Park. And the No Road Trail project is in the works. Now, Southern Pines, a lot of people call it a retirement community. I don't think it's all about retirement community there. A lot of people live there, are working on Fort Bragg, or working in the area. Definitely, like I said, it's more of a golfing community a little bit. So if you're not a big golfer, not a big deal either. I'm not a big golfer, but I'd love to live in Southern Pines if I could afford it. But it's a very nice area. The downtown is so nice and walkable. Good schools, historic areas, and just a sense of great community. So if you're looking for convenience and affordability, Hope Mills and Fayetteville are hard to beat in my opinion. If you're looking for more space and bigger house, bigger lot, but not big of a price or taxes, Raeford is definitely going to be your area. Sanford's a little farther, but it's got a lot of potential that's growing there. Like I said, it's right near Raleigh too. So a lot of people are living in Sanford, commuting to Raleigh for work. In Southern Pines, definitely you want that classic Southern charm with a little bit of golf. I've helped plenty of military families PCS to the area and first-time buyers. So if you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing in the Fayetteville surrounding areas, definitely reach out to the team and me. We would love to help you here at All American Realty Group. My direct number is below, so definitely call or text me there if you have any questions, or you can scan this QR code that's right up here in the corner. And definitely check these other videos that YouTube recommends to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.